Hello and welcome to AFRICUNIA Television, bringing you updates from the African scene, the foreign scene, and the world of sport. I'm Deborah Ezeh. Many thanks for joining me. On the African scene today, the EAC head of state approved the Democratic Republic of Congo membership into the community on Tuesday. In Africa's second largest country, however, the move has raised concern about the profitability and its impact on the Congolese economy. Felix Tshisekedi also suggested the creation of a new body within the organization that will be responsible for the environment, natural resources, and mining. The Democratic Republic of Congo submitted its official application in 2019, hoping to boost trade and strengthen political ties with neighbors. However, some experts fear that the country might be doing so at the expense of its security. And in Sudan, the UN envoy for Sudan warned Monday the East African nation is heading for an economic and security collapse unless it addresses the political paralysis following October's military coup and moves towards resuming a civilian-led transition. Volker Perthes told the UN Security Council that the military's violent repression of protests against the October coup is continuing, and the absence of a political agreement on returning to a transitional rule or path has already led to a deteriorating economy, humanitarian and security situation in the country. And now in Nigeria, former President Olusegun Obasanjo yesterday declared that the poor economic situation in the country, Nigeria, was frustrating young entrepreneurs. He said that the development had made his friend and legal luminary, Chief Affe Babalola, senior advocate of Nigeria, to weep at a time, knowing what petty traders go through in the country. The ex-leader made the declaration at the Youth Development Center of the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library (OOPL) Credit Scheme event in Abeokuta. Obasanjo, during the program, presented checks worth over 1 million naira to beneficiaries of the center to start up businesses. Earlier, the Director of Youth Development (OOPL), Ibukun Olagbemiro, said the project was to provide credit facilities to young business owners with the support of Obasanjo. And still in Nigeria, the National Identity Management Commission NIMC has issued 77.1 million unique national identification number (NIN) in the country. This new milestone was attained on March 21st, and it comes as the deadline for the verification and linking of NIN to subscribers' identification module (SIM) cards ends today. While Nigerians await the next direction of the NIN to SIM exercise from the Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy, the verification exercise, which started in December 2020, has had the deadline shifted 8 times. The Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Professor Issa Patami, had in February admitted that there are still challenges with the NIMC that borders largely on funding, which he noted had made the process a bit slow. Patami has said that the President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, has approved the release of some funds for NIMC. Nonetheless, subscribers have called on the federal government to take the NIM and SIM verification exercise open without setting any deadline dates. And still on the African scene, Mozambique's private sector has hailed the announcement of the resumption of financial assistance from the International Monetary Fund (IMF). On Tuesday, the Confederation of Economic Associations, CTA, Mozambique's largest employer organization, noted that the development creates a good outlook. The International Monetary Fund had announced on Monday that it has reached an agreement with Mozambique for the implementation of an extended fraud program until 2025, disbursing financial assistance for the first time since the Indian debt scandal. Mozambique President Filipe Nyusi has welcomed the move, describing it as a great gain for the Southern African nation. The instrument approved by the IMF provides for a rapid recovery of the Mozambican economy and is based on promoting good governance, combating corruption, macroeconomic stability, and debt control. And away from that scene, onto the foreign scene, Pakistan's parliament today began a debate of no confidence in the leadership of Prime Minister Imran Khan, which could see the former cricket star ousted and the return of political certainty in the nuclear-armed country. Khan, 69, has been facing mounting criticism of his performance, including his management of an economic beset by high inflation and rising deficits, and he lost his majority in parliament on Wednesday when a main ally quit his coalition. Opposition leader had called on Khan to resign even before he lost his majority in parliament, but his aides have said he will not quit. Khan also could mean another round of instability in a country in which the military has a long record of intervening in politics and no prime minister has ever completed a full 5-year term. And moving on, Ukrainian forces are preparing for new Russian attack in the east of the country as Moscow deploys more troops there after suffering setback near the capital Kyiv. President Volodymyr Zelensky said on Thursday, Russian invasion of its neighbor, now in its 5th week, has driven more than 3.5 million people from their homes, killed thousands, sent global oil prices soaring, and brought Russian-Western tension to their worst point since the Cold War. The United States is considering a massive release of oil reserve to counter rising oil prices, which are fueling inflationary fears around the world. The international agency will hold an emergency meeting on Friday. And still on the foreign scene, the United Nations is seeking $4.4 billion for Afghanistan at the international virtual event on Thursday, in the largest humanitarian appeal launched for a single country, even as concern mounts over Taliban rule. Ahead of the drive, Britain pledged £286 million for Afghanistan, where 6 out of every 10 Afghans need aid, much of it food, amid an economic crisis worsened by a financial aid cutoff following the Taliban takeover in August. The UN says funds under appeal 3 times the amount requested in 2021, and only 13% funded so far go directly to aid agencies, and none are challenged through the de facto authorities who swept to power as the last US troops withdrew. And now on to the sports. In the United States and Mexico booked their tickets to the World Cup in Qatar on Wednesday after securing the results needed to claim the last automatic qualifying places from the CONCACAF region. The USA were beaten 2-0 by Costa Rica in San Jose to finish 3rd in the standings, while Mexico East passed El Salvador 2-0 in Mexico City to finish 2nd overall. Costa Rica finished qualifying in 4th place and will face New Zealand in the playoff for a World Cup berth. Canada, who completed their successful qualifying campaign with a 1-0 defeat in Penang on Wednesday, had already qualified for the World Cup on Sunday. Both the US and Mexico had all but sealed qualification after wins on Sunday meant only a freak set of results in Wednesday's final round would see either side relegated to a playoff place. And finally, Confederation of African Football CAF Medical official Joseph Kabungo from Zambia died from cardiac arrest and not from injuries sustained after Nigeria vs Ghana World Cup match, as anonymously reported by some social media outfits, CAF has clarified. Angry Nigerian fans invaded the Moshood Abiola Stadium pitch at the end of their encounter, which ended 1-1 and effectively ended Nigeria's hope of qualifying for the World Cup. They went for the players who were shielded out of the stadium immediately after the game by security men. Failing to get their hands on their targets, the hooligans descended on the stadium, destroying everything within their reach. Meanwhile, Nigeria Football Federation (NFF) officials fears FIFA may ban the Moshood Abiola Stadium, Abuja, from hosting international matches following the violence that followed Tuesday World Cup qualifier between Nigeria and Ghana. According to an NFF official, African football ruling body CAF has demanded full reports of the game and the violence that ensued after the encounter. And that's all from us, a news update on AFRICUNIA Television. Do ensure to follow all our social media platforms on Jointim, Pangram, Instagram and Facebook respectively. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and leave a comment on the comment section. Once again, I am Deborah Ezeh. Bye for now.